Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on Lockdown Tuesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to Queensland in particular and, of course, go to south of Brisbane, of course, going to Moorooka in particular. And, of course, speak to two very special guests from the Moorooka women's football team, and they join us right now. Thanks, both of you, for joining us.
Thank you.
No worries.
I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and obviously what position both of you played on the field during the 2020 season.
All right, I'm Trish and I play in the forward line, usually half forward.
Hello, I'm Dre. I actually switched between centre half forward and centre half back.
Obviously, this year was a very shortened season again, obviously due to COVID. I guess, how did the team adapt to the shortened season this year? I think...
Yeah, it was super short, I guess. Going back to when restrictions were lifted, I think for me, I played an extra game and the restriction to allow us to tackle was lifted the week before we actually started playing games. So there was 1 week and it was my first season. So sort of all right, couple of training sessions and off you go. Good luck. But we had in our comp, there was more, I think we had about 12 teams. So we actually didn't get to play everyone. So we only had 8 games. So it was weird.
Still fun.
Still good. Better than not playing at all.
Now, you've played in the North Conference, which, even though you're nowhere near the north of Brisbane. So the question, and obviously you've had a couple other teams that had to join that conference, that 12-team conference. I guess how difficult to, play games. Obviously, I think you've played 8 of the 12 games this year, and none of them were, I guess, I'm assuming you had to travel up to Noosa and Sunshine Coast and north of Brisbane. How difficult was that throughout the year to have to make those long and winded trips?
Well, it actually wasn't too bad. We only played one up in the Sunshine Coast against Hinterland, so we got a pretty good draw this year. I think we got 3 or 4 home games, so it wasn't too bad for us.
Yeah. I actually live on the north side, so I was okay with it.
Tell us, was there a particular game throughout the year that stands out to both of you the most?
It's definitely the last 2. We had 2 home games, the last 2, and we won both. So it's good to play in front of your home crowd and have people there cheering you on, and especially with a win, it's even better. We
had some really tough games in the middle, and at the very beginning when everyone was sort of still trying to get to know each other and how it all works for a lot of us. So I think the last couple, when we did get the win and actually felt like we knew what we were doing, that was good. And then it was over. So
yeah. When the season got put on hold at the start of the year, were both of you optimistic at all that the season was going to resume again?
I had everything crossed. I was hoping it would, and I was excited when it was. But yeah, I don't think I was worried. I definitely thought it'd be a shorter season and we'd get a couple of games in, and then it blew up again. I thought it was going to stop again, but we managed to get through it. It was good.
Yeah, very lucky. There was so much unknown though at that time. So but it's hoping that everything would go away and go back to normal.
And how did the team adapt to the new sort of ways to train with, the protocols that had to come around COVID, and when was the team comfortable enough to sort of train together again?
As soon as restrictions were lifted, we were all comfortable to come back to training, and they separated the ground so the boys could still train and we could train. But yeah, we were all happy to come back and ready to get out there.
Let's talk a bit about the team itself. Is there a couple of players that had an outstanding season in both your opinions, and you can't include each other or yourselves?
Yeah, definitely. One girl had a really good season. Yeah, she was in the centre the whole time, and she played a really good season this season.
Now, tell us, is there any couple of like youth players or youngsters in the team that we should watch out for the future?
Well, I think we got a couple of
not a lot of
18-year-olds, but most of us are old birds, so
we're still worth watching out for.
yeah.
It's not over.
You never know, we might peak later.
Now, you mentioned that the team finished the season at home and obviously 2 straight wins at home. Now, I've actually been to your venue. Of course, it's just off Beaudesert Road.
Yep.
And I was probably one of the really good venues I've been to in the south of Brizzy. Tell us, how special is the play on that ground?
It's always good to play at home.
Yeah, yeah.
Always good. You got your home crowd, you got friends,
You know where
family.
everything is. It's familiar. Yeah, just feels good.
Tell us a bit about your coach.
Oh, yeah, she's all right. No, she's
Laura's-
only started with us this year, and
Yeah.
she's definitely improved.
She's
the
done
team,
an awesome
the team
job.
dynamic. Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, all the
She's
stuff
really,
she does
really good.
behind the scenes. Like we come in for our first training of the week and have like a debrief session from the game. And she has, gone through the whole recording and picked out clips to show us the good things and the things we can work on, things that other teams did really well, and really breaks it down, which for me as a new player was really helpful, like being able to sort of look at the gameplay in a less stressful situation and have that recap. So yeah, she puts a lot of work in behind the scenes. She's awesome.
Tell us also a couple of the other people working behind the scenes to make the season possible.
We were really lucky. We had the club president on our team this year, so got a bit more of a look, I think, into all that goes into running the club as a whole, let alone just our team, and coordinating, getting Saturdays running with all the volunteers and all that sort of stuff. So there's just massive amounts of work that go in to actually just let us rock up and play. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned about the Sunshine Coast trip to the hinterland. Obviously, they end up making the grand final and lost in the grand final. But what did you learn from, I guess, the long 2-hour trip to the hinterland?
I learned to stay the night.
I'm not 2 hours
Easier
away.
if you book a
It's fine
hotel.
for me. It was almost closer than coming to these games, actually. But it was good. It was a long drive on the way home because we lost by a lot, I think, which made the drive seem that much longer on the way back. But it was still good. It's, totally different scenery. It's almost country-ish out there. Very different vibe. They had bonfires and stuff, I'm pretty sure. So it was different.
Was it really good, like, team bonding going up to the Sunshine Coast?
Yeah, I think a lot of people carpooled up to that,
yeah.
and a whole bunch of people stayed where possible. So I think our group as a whole is quite chilled, and being a little bit older maybe than some of them, everyone sort of understands that, life happens and we all have to support each other, and everyone just wants to play football.
How did both of you get involved in footy, and why did you choose it?
I saw a Facebook post. I actually didn't even know. I lived in Moorooka for 6 years and didn't even know this was a field. I saw a Facebook post 3 years ago and came on down. I actually sat on the playground and I was too scared. So I just sat on the playground and watched the girls for the first half an hour and thought, oh, I could kick a ball. I'll come play. And 3 years later, I'm still here.
Nice. I was playing street hockey with a bunch of people, and there was a girl there who was actually trying to help get the Sherwood team started because they brought their women's team back this year. So I actually started off with them, just saying, all right, I haven't played AFL since high school, but I can give it a go. And ended up coming across to Moorooka, and it's been so much fun. It's so hard and very, very different to so many other sports. It's super intense and different, but I really enjoyed it.
Any highlights throughout both your footy journeys so far?
Coming back from a broken leg last year, so this year was definitely my year to shine, or try to shine.
She did good.
Oh, thanks.
There was shining.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I was just glad that I got through the season, even though it was short, without a dreadful injury. Like, I was fully expecting to be sort of taken out. I'm fairly breakable, but I made it.
Now, mentioned before about the broken leg that you had to overcome from last season. If it was just a normal season, would you be missing any games at the start of this year?
No, I did in the first game last year, so I actually came back at the end of last year and played a couple of games at the end of the season. But I was looking to not do it again, so and I did well.
I guess you mentioned about that. How frustrating was it to go through pretty much all of last season without, getting back on the field and sitting on the sidelines?
It's very frustrating sitting there. I didn't like it one bit.
I think I only missed one game this season, and it's not the same.
Yeah. I mean, I was there to support the girls and everything, but not being out there sucked. So I was glad to get back and play every game this year. So
Both mentioned right at the start what position you both played on the field. If you had a preferred position where you love to convince your coaches to put you, where would that be?
I'm happy where I am. I love being in the forward line. I get ball, get goals. That's pretty much all I have to do. That's how I think, and that's it.
I actually find that really hard for me. I've played defence in every sport I've ever played, so I think the playing in the back line came a lot more easy to me. But the forward line and the challenge and having to learn. I'm a rugby league fan, so having to learn AFL in general has been really fun and definitely challenging. Just kind of go out and hope that someone tells me what I'm doing.
Now, of course, this year, the AFL Grand Finals in Brizzy due to Melbourne's lockdown. I guess when both of you heard that, what did that mean to you? And considering that the AFL team is doing way better than the NRL teams have been going this year.
Yes.
How special is that?
It's pretty cool. It's probably a once in a lifetime thing, probably, that it'll be away from Melbourne. But to get a ticket would be nice, but I reckon they're going to be hard to come by.
Yeah, for me, I've obviously been too busy with my counselling to deal with the Broncos' devastating performance this year. But it's actually been like coming in even to Sherwood and then across to Moorooka and seeing how much AFL means to these people. Like, there was a bunch of people that played for Sherwood because they were Collingwood fans and their family are Collingwood fans, and just putting on that jersey sort of meant so much to them. So I think having the opportunity for those people to really easily be able to access a grand final or just know that it's here is something really special.
Now, what does the sport of footy mean to both of you, and especially playing for Moorooka?
It's fun. It's meeting new people. It's having new friends. It's keeping a little bit fit. It's really good. And Moorooka is a great club. I've been here for 3 years and I wouldn't go anywhere else, I don't think. I think they're stuck with me, so...
Yeah, I think fitness is definitely a big thing. It's definitely a different use of your body to a lot of the sports that I've done. It's intense. But yeah, the fact that you join a team and you've got instantly like 20 new friends that you can count on, that's pretty great. It's a really good vibe. I think Moorooka as a club is really welcoming, or they definitely were when I joined, that, make everyone feel included, and that's really important.
Any future ambitions in the sport of footy for both of you?
To not hurt myself.
Yeah, try not to be injured. I think that's probably the level I'm at now.
Have a go. That's about it.
I want to score a goal. I didn't manage to score a goal this season, and it was a little bit devastating. I missed shockingly a couple of times. So next season, I'm going to score a goal. Watch this space.
Now, what will be both your advice to our listeners out there or viewers out there in Brizzy that should get down to Moorooka?
Yeah, do it. Come along. It's super fun. They're nice girls. doesn't matter if you've never played before and you have no idea what you're doing or you're a rugby league supporter. Laura's getting really good at translating other sports into AFL. So when I can say, is that kind of like what you would do in netball? Or is that like in rugby league? She can do it now. It's great. So definitely come on down and hang out with us.
Now, let's finish up with a couple of lighthearted questions about your teammates there at Moorooka.
Yeah.
Who had the most embarrassing moment on the field this season, and what was it?
Ash.
Yeah.
She was right in front of the goals. Stood up
Shanked
and bombed it.
Yeah. It was terrible.
She was literally right in front. Yeah. She still got a point for trying.
We gave her an award
for
having the most embarrassing kick of the season.
Yep. That was the last game too.
It was the last game. Yeah.
Oh, well, at least it didn't cost you the game, I guess.
No. She's like
just our dignity.
Hers mainly.
Now, any comedians in the team we should know about?
Oh, you're a bit of a comedian. Comedians. Ali?
Oh, she has her moments.
Yeah.
Ali has her moments. There's a couple funny ones in there.
Yeah. Any good singers and dancers we should know about?
Oh, look, we all think we can dance out there, but
there's some definite locker room singing and dancing that probably no one should ever see.
No.
Definitely should not be recorded.
What happens in the locker room stays in the locker room.
Well, continue on from the locker room. I guess any good I'm sure there's some pre-game songs to hype the team up before a game. So, if so, who runs the playlist and what's the worst song on it?
Becca runs the
playlist.
I think because we have such a range of people and everyone's a bit older, there's definite different styles that make their way on. Like there's some heavy rock in there, as well as like the poppy sort of stuff you'd expect. So you sort of you're like getting ready and having a bop, and then out of the blue it's like screaming. Because it's good, keeps you on your toes.
Now with all footy clubs, I'm sure there's some nicknames around the team. Who has the best one in the team, and what's both your nicknames around the team?
Some of them are not.
No.
Appropriate.
A lot of them. Trish has a is it doppelganger that if it counts? There's a cardboard cutout of Trish that goes around on adventures and actually has its own Instagram.
Trish comes to the games.
Yeah, she comes and watches us. We had to keep her out of the rain. So that's like a whole other sort of alter ego. It's a sexy photo of Trish that made the cutout too.
Oh, we should have brought her.
We should have actually. No, Dre is that's my nickname. I've sort of never really had a nickname. My name is actually Andrea, so it's not great for making nicknames out of. But then when I got to Sherwood, they were like, no, you're playing footy now. You need a nickname. So I got Dr. Dre.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty gangster.
Oh, yeah.
I hope to one day be gangster enough to own that nickname.
I think you are.
Thank you.
I think you are. And I don't think mine's appropriate to say.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you can tell me after the interview, and yeah.
Okay, I
will. Now, mention about. I think you're pretty much the first person who had a cardboard cutout of themselves that we've ever had on the show. How did that come about?
So
I don't know that story actually.
So two of the girls on the team were having a few beverages one night, and I couldn't be there. And they thought, well, we need to have her here. So it was about 2:00 in the morning, and they ordered these cardboard cutouts of me.
There are multiple. There's different sizes. There's like a portable kind of A4 size, and then there's more like a sort of a small human-sized one.
And they totally forgot they had actually ordered them until I arrived in a box.
Do the pose.
A week later or something. I don't know. It's the hair. I can't
It is
do
the hair. It's sort of a just got out of bed in the morning. Not a lot of cares in the world.
Well, it was
sexy mirror selfie.
It was driving 16 hours with 3 children in their car. So just imagine something like that. We'll get Laura to send you a photo.
Yeah. It doesn't look like this.
Oh.
No, it's in my face.
I love the bit where they ordered it and they didn't know they actually ordered it up when it got delivered.
They totally forgot about it until I rocked up in a box.
I mean, a terrifying discovery.
No.
Best day ever.
For them.
Yeah.
Any silly or funny moments that's happened on or off the field that is appropriate for radio?
Lucky you put appropriate there. Yeah.
Ash forgot her sports bra for one game, but I don't know how funny that was. It was sort of funny at the time, but it was also a little bit of a crisis.
The captain forgot her boots once.
There's been an alarming number of people actually who forgot footy boots for their football game. That's probably something we should consider fining, actually.
We may bring
other people probably don't need that sort of in their fine system, but it's happened more than once. Yeah. All
right. Well, perfect question I'm going to ask now. I wasn't going to ask it, but I'm going to ask it now based on that as well. Who's the most forgetful player on the team?
Ash.
It's got to be Ash.
Ash leaves her football boots at the game,
and
every game,
and everything, everywhere.
Someone has to be sort of like dedicated as an Ash minder almost to make sure she's here and has all her stuff. Brings a spare pair of boots. Tells her to bring a sports bra. Apparently.
Oh, she's gonna hate us.
That's true. We love you, Ash. She's great. Other than that kick that she absolutely shanked, she's really good.
She's good value.
Yeah, we'll keep that.
We'll finish off with this last question, which is during the lockdown that you had right at the start of the year, did both of you try anything new, and is there a hidden talent that you didn't think you had?
Yeah, I played a lot of Call of Duty, and I'm still not good at that. So
I still have
no talent here.
So I didn't have time for talent, but I shall find one for you.
Footy trip. We'll discover our talents.
A whole team talent.
TikTok dances. I feel we need to do TikTok dances.
All right. Well, I wasn't going to ask that question. I tried to avoid that question, but I'm going to ask it now. You just mentioned the word TikTok. Now, who does the most TikTok in the team?
My son.
They count. Yeah. I really wanted to do one when we had our like silly Sunday, but then I ended up going and playing football with some random local people. I got distracted. It was sort of a joke to start with, and then I played for about 2 hours. So.
Mind you, she was dressed as Minnie Mouse.
I was dressed as Minnie Mouse.
Playing soccer out on the footy field.
Yes. But there was a red team, so I fit right in. It was totally fine. It's their men's Sunday afternoon soccer game. That was great. They couldn't have done it without me.
Oh, that's funny. Well, both of you, thank you so much for getting up. You're trying to join us. Obviously, we want to send our best wishes for the team for the 2021 season coming up next year. And let's hope we can get at least a full season in 2021. And definitely make sure we'll come up to Moorooka in the 2021 season.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
No worries. And that's the Moorooka, of course, women's football team there. Of course, make sure we get out there, of course, down there to Moorooka in the 2021 season. Of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can follow them on the socials so you know when they do their pre-season trainings and all that. Of course, so one of the best grounds to go to, of course, just off Beaudesert Road there in Moorooka. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on Lockdown Tuesday.